All right. Good afternoon, you guys. Or is it still morning? I think we're reconnected here. I decided to go live on StreamYard. Facebook always does a good job of recording. Why I have an issue on here, I will never know. On YouTube. Hi, Jessica. How are you? So if you are in Facebook, just give me a wave and let me know that this is recording, because it's right now it's saying my Facebook is unstable, but my YouTube is not, or is. Facebook is unstable, YouTube is on. So just kind of let me know. I have a lot to cover in a little amount of time. I should have gotten on here a few days ago, but the last time I was on here live, I was having major dental issues. I just didn't say anything because I'm used to the pain, I guess. But it's been one thing after another, and I don't do well with pain medication. It kind of upsets my stomach. So dealing with the teeth issues and then the pain medication on top of that, I've been kind of a mess these last 4 days, but I am feeling better. So I wanted to get on here because, number one, we have a full moon in Leo tomorrow, and I'll discuss that in a minute. But we also, one of my predictions is starting to transpire here. So I'm going to play you a clip from my Patreon page. This has never been offered to YouTube, and it probably never will until all these predictions start to manifest. Then you'll hear little clips. But I want you to hear something and let me know what you think of this, because I'm going to share a couple other things. My predictions, but I did put it in the newsletter. Witch hunts are revived in 2022, and it's not a good year to be a witch. Watch your back. Put up your wards and call for protection, because we are going to need it, and we're going to need to form alliances with our fellow pagans. And I don't care what path they're from. I don't care whether they're Norse pagan. I don't care whether they're Santissima. I don't care whether they're Stregas or Celtic witches. I don't care. Even our native witches, we are going to have to form an alliance, or they're going to burn us. We're going to try. So be strong, my witches. Okay, so that's from an unlisted file. Hi, Gail. Good to see you, hon. That is from an unlisted YouTube video that's strictly for my Patreons. My Patreons all know about these predictions that are coming. I've only shared a few with the general public, and one of them was number 15. If you scroll down on to number 15, witch hunts are revived in 2022, and it's not a good year to be a witch. Watch your back, put up your wards, and call for protection, because we are all going to need it. Now, let me go to something else. Now, there's something I posted just last night. It was strictly for my Patreon clients, but I am going to share the feed of what I shared. So bear with me here. Okay, so what I'm getting ready to play is something that is cruising around TikTok right now. I'm going to show you I'm going to let you listen to the audio file of the TikTok video, and then I'm going to let you listen to the audio file from the YouTube page, and I will share that. But first, the TikTok. Here we go. It's really going to make me log in.
This is for Witch Talk. Very important. Watch this video, and I'll be right back.
Got something that if you're a witch, you need to see. But it involves a trigger warning. Watch this video.
We got first and last names of 6 witches that are in our church. And you know what's strange? 3 of you are in this room right now. 3 of you in the room right now. You better look in my eyeballs. We ain't afraid of you, you stinking witch. You devil worshiping Satanist witch. We cast you out in the name of Jesus Christ. We break your spells. We break your curse. We got your first name. We got your last name. We even got an address for one of you. You so much as cough wrong, and I'll expose you in front of everybody in this tent, you stinking witch. You were sent to this church to destroy us.
So that was Greg Locke, who recently had a book burning. And as you can see, he is now starting to rile up his rhetoric against witches, anyone that's used sage, energy workers, all of that. He's creating a panic.
I'm going to keep it 100. Witches don't tend to go to church.
She's right.
They don't tend to do that. Especially a church like that. So 99.9% the women he's accusing are not witches. But this is what's tripping me out. We in 2022. I never thought that I would be talking about book burnings. They're burning books. They're banning books. And now they're going to do what? Another Salem witch trial? It's like we're going back in time. Book burnings, book bannings. Now you want to go after witches. It's like we're going back.
Okay. So yeah, she's right. This, if you're interested in following her, her name is Goddess Mia. I follow her on TikTok, and she's absolutely right. We are going back in time is what is happening here. And it's not a good thing. We certainly aren't progressing forward. So let me go back to my Patreon page here. And I'm going to copy this video. I can't do it in Facebook. I'm having internet issues as well. There we go. All right, here's another one. This is from his page.
Drinking water before bed burns 46 pounds in 2 weeks. If you are struggling to lose weight and you're
Comfortable for about
Here's
2
him.
minutes.
This is him now on his own page, Pastor Greg Locke.
So listen. This will only affect a small handful of you in here, so I'm not penalizing the whole class. Not everybody's going to get write-offs just because of 4 or 5 of you, okay? I get it. But I'm not penalizing anybody. I'm trying to help you, but I got to say something. And there's going to be hell to pay for me saying this, but I'm going to say it because I know the camera's wrong. And I know the spooks is watching. Boo on you. Sometimes you got to let people reveal themselves for who they are. And I'm not talking about just people that have little problems or little skiffle. I'm talking about people that are involved in full-blown divination. Full-blown spirit of witchcraft. So it'll only affect a few of you. It'll affect some of you online because they've been reaching out to you, talking about how low down, sorry, and good for nothing we are, but we've been nothing but good. So I ain't got nothing to hide. So that's why I drop names sometimes. Jesus did, so don't get nervous. Listen to me. I love you as your shepherd to tell you something. If you have ever publicly, privately, in their house, in this church, I don't care where, if you have ever been prayed over, had hands laid on you by Brian and Gina Warren, you are under a curse of witchcraft. You hear me? I know that shocks you. She's a witch. She deceived some people. She cursed people in this house right now. That was not speaking in tongues. She was chanting. She's a witch. And when we did a final phone call and just said, look, you can't be our security anymore. You ain't rolling with us no more. We see it for what it is. They went nuts. And guess what? All the people that they got us in line with, ministry-wise, she started calling them. Can I have your platform? I'm going to destroy him. Can I have your platform?
All right, I'm stopping it there. You get the gist of it, and you can go to my YouTube channel. I put the tag for this video up there, and you can watch it in its entirety. But this is what we are dealing with. When I first heard about the book burnings, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. That reminds me of the Nazis, and then I heard about this and I'm like, oh my God, one of my predictions is coming true here with witch burnings. And this doesn't just pertain to, I'm going to share what I shared with my Patreons last night. And I don't usually do this, but it is kind of necessary. Now, I've said that we've officially reverted backwards with both the book burnings and now with this pastor trying to resurrect the witch burnings. I've been waiting for this news to happen. I've been waiting. Just a matter of time. It's one thing about myself I know that I've been taught is when I throw my predictions out there, I have an 18-month window. And the one thing that will always be on my side is time. Now we're a month into this new dragon and this is hitting. So it does not surprise me. But if you are a person who is in the metaphysical, and that doesn't mean a witch either, energy healers, Reiki, any kind of energy healing work, witch, Wicca, voodoo, hoodoo, conjure, shaman, astrology, paganism, Luciferianism, tarot reading, psychic medium, etc. They're coming after you too. So it's just me giving you an astrological warning. They're coming, and you're going to have to all band together, stop fighting, and band together, because this is going to be a battle for a lot of people. I had this discussion with my kids the other night because they're really seriously thinking about leaving the United States. And they want to go to Italy. So I was explaining to them how one of the reasons my mother's side of the family left Italy, now not all of them, some of them left before this happened in the 20s, but some of them came later. Some were able to get out in the nick of time, and others were not able to. They had to stay. And this was when there was the rise of Mussolini. Obviously, way, way before my time. I'm old, but I'm not that old. But this is my own family escaped Italy in the 30s and 40s because of Mussolini's fascism. And my kids feel that the United States is falling back into that. And that could be, book burnings. That reminds me of Adolf Hitler. Any type of book, whether fictional, that, sparks one's imagination with flights of fancy, or nonfiction and reality that tells a story of a real life experience, are all banned and burned. Why? Because nobody wants you to think outside the box. That's why. Please steer clear of the religious matrix of indoctrination, fear, and ignorance. Knowledge is power, ignorance is evil, and all secrets will be and are going to be exposed in this Scorpius dragon tale, especially for the police and the clergy and even the politicians. So please be safe out there, everybody, with this energy. We have the first solar eclipse. Is it a solar or lunar? If it's in Scorpio, it is a solar. So I say about April 30th, you might see things getting a little bit better with the economy. Okay. But I came on here to share that with you, and I don't usually share anything I share on Patreon to the general public, but I did feel that it kind of was important to share that. Now, before I go on, I don't want to talk about this idiot pastor anymore because it's just a waste of my time. You can go check him out, Pastor Greg Locke. Get out of that. Okay. All right, let me go to my published. I'll publish this on my website. I think it's scheduled to post tomorrow, but I will publish it. It should publish tomorrow. It's already preset to publish, but we do have this full moon in Leo on the 16th. World's in a sorry state. Oh God, I know. And it's not just in the United States. I know it's over where you are too, and Ukraine, and it's one thing after another. So just keep your head above water. That's all I can say. It's not going to get better after the full moon. I don't know how else to say that. Okay, before I get into the full moon, the other day I was talking about Valentine's Day. Hi, Rihanna. And I was never able to find that article about it that I had written. It might be on another hard drive. But there are a lot of like conservative Christians, probably like this guy, who they don't celebrate Valentine's Day. And in reality, Valentine's Day was actually like a really bloody holiday. It was not, what it's portrayed to be with the roses and the candy. And but there was actually really a Saint Valentine, and I want to talk about him for just a minute. There are several legends surrounding the life of Saint Valentine. The most common is that on February 14th, during the 3rd century AD, a man named Valentine was executed by Roman Emperor Claudius II after being imprisoned for assisting persecuted Christians and secretly marrying Christian couples in love. As the story goes, during Valentine's imprisonment, he tried converting Claudius to Christianity. Claudius became enraged and ordered Valentine to reject his faith or be killed. He refused to forsake his faith, so Valentine was beheaded. So that is the legend of Saint Valentine. I got my information, by the way, from the History Channel, so that's kind of where I got my research. But origins of Valentine's Day, there's a legend tells of another story that happened during Valentine's imprisonment where he tutored a girl named Julia, the blind daughter of his jailer. The legend states God restored Julia's sight after she and Valentine prayed together. On the eve of his execution, Valentine supposedly penned a note to Julia and signed it, "From your Valentine." So that's another story behind Valentine's Day. But Valentine's Day their origins are stemmed in the original holiday, which is Lupercalia, and it was a very violent and bloody holiday that the Romans celebrated. Let's see, where is it? It's a true Valentine's Day uses some of Lupercalia's symbols, intentionally or not, such as the color red, which represented the blood sacrifices during Lupercalia, and the color white, which signified the milk used to wipe and clean the blood and represent new life and procreation. Now, let me scroll back up here. If you don't know what Lupercalia is, no one knows its exact origins. It seems like it traces back to the old ancient Romans, but it has been tracked back as far as the 6th century BC. According to Roman legend, the ancient king Amulius ordered Romulus and Remus, his twin nephews and founders of Rome, to be thrown into the Tiber River to drown in retribution for their mother's broken vow of celibacy. Lupercalia was an ancient pagan festival held each year in Rome on February 15th. Although Valentine's Day shares its same name and martyred Christian saint, some historians believe the holiday is actually an offshoot of Lupercalia. Unlike Valentine's Day, however, Lupercalia was a bloody, violent, and sexually charged celebration with animal sacrifices, random matchmaking, and coupling in the hopes of warding off evil spirits and infertility. So that is some of the origins. Now, with these two twins that were thrown into the Tiber River, a servant took pity on them and placed them inside a basket on the river instead. The river god carried the basket and the brothers downriver to a wild fig tree where it became caught in the branches. The brothers were then rescued and cared for by a she-wolf in a den at the base of the Palatine Hill where Rome was founded. The twins were later adopted by a shepherd and his wife and learned their father's trade. After killing the uncle who ordered their death, they found the cave den of the she-wolf who nurtured them and named it Lupercal. It's thought Lupercalia took place to honor the she-wolf and pleased the Roman fertility god Lupercus. So, yes, just like with any holiday, there's always usually pagan roots that stem from it. Groundhog Day, Candlemas, Imbolg. Usually there's something pagan about it and they've created it into something else. Valentine's Day is more or less just a big day for the candy companies and flower companies. And I can honestly say that because I was going to buy my kids something and they jacked the price up to like $32 for this, it's like a bouquet of candy, but it was looked like a bouquet of flowers, but it was candy. All the candy is worth like $1 each. So something that has maybe $10 in value, they jacked the price up. And I was like, nah, forget it. I'll make something. All right. What's funny is I get this thing saying my connection is unstable. And if you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging into your router or moving closer to it. Well, I'm right under the router. The router is right next to me. So, all right, moving on. Let's talk about the full moon in Leo. Now, we have this full moon in the regal sign of Leo. It is on Wednesday, February 16th. 2022. It is at 11:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be in the morning for us over here in the West Coast. And relationships are going to be tested with this full moon in the sign of love, romance, and children. If you let pride and ego interfere, then you could find yourself single once again. Leo rules children, and with this Scorpius dragon tail directly hunting for children, keep a close eye on your kids and don't trust anyone. And unfortunately, after the full moon, the next 2 weeks will generally be very negative news in regards to children. Now, the moon is waxing in Leo, like I said, on Valentine's Day, so enjoy the positive energy and the last weekend and few days of the waxing moon has to offer all of you. Take the kids somewhere fun like the zoo, a matinee movie, or a day at the park. Mercury has already gone direct in ancient astrology as of the 14th, which was yesterday. So it is a green light for the amusement parks, go-karts, and any kind of family fun day, riding rides and roller coasters, things like that. All right. Please remember, Leo is all about joy. It's about pleasure, romance, and the finer things in life. after all, this energy is ruled for a king or a queen. This Valentine's will be super sexy, erotic, and hedonistic. It does not take place on a It does take place on a Monday, and Monday rules the moon, which was yesterday, and the day after the Super Bowl. Monday is ruled by our emotions in a lot of ways. So whatever you do, enjoy these happy days, these next couple of days. For my magical folk, the full moon and Leo are perfect for any kind of love spells, relationship spells, fertility and childbirth spells, courage and bravery spells. Protection work for your children is very, very important and very, very blessed under these stars. And rituals for the ailments of the spine and heart work very well too. So happy magic making. And like I said, these next few weeks, they're going to be trying for a great many of us, and there will be sadness in the news with children. I'm really glad that Ukraine, we were in a negative dragon window. Oh God, what was it? 12th, the 13th, no. The 10th, excuse me. The 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. Okay, so I was a little concerned. But those of you who are on Patreon, you've seen my predictions. And another one that's coming to light is Russia will make headlines, and not in a very good and positive manner. So that's happening as well. So like I said, these next few weeks will be trying for many of us. And there will be sadness in the news, especially in regards to children. Remember that waning moons are a time for contemplation, deep thought, and planning for the next waxing moon phase. All of you out there after tomorrow, please be very, very safe out there. These next 2 weeks could be trying. We do have some energy happening within these next few weeks. Now, I've discussed dates with my Patreon. I haven't said anything on the general public yet, and I don't know if I am, but I do want you to know this. May or June of this year, California is going to probably get a big earthquake. May, June, the Western Seaboard in general. A lot of people are going to think that was the big one, but it wasn't, and it's not. It's a precursor to something much bigger coming next year, and I will talk a little bit more about that at a later date. But general rule of thumb is the months of May and the months of November are going to be very trying months for the world at large. So, especially countries that are ruled by a Taurus or a Scorpio energy. And this also means that there will be a lot of rich and famous dying, and a lot of people losing their lives. A lot of Scorpios. This dragon is hunting for May souls and November souls. So there's going to be a lot of Scorpios that are going to be tested, including our president. Our president of the United States is a Scorpio. You're going to see a lot of rich and famous making the news, not in a good way. Some will lose their life. One that comes to mind is Leonardo DiCaprio. He is a Scorpio. I believe he's November 11th. I worry about him. And he will probably make headlines in the next 18 months. I'm hoping it's a little more positive than negative, and there are a couple of others. I had written down a whole bunch of names, and now I can't find it. So next time I find it, I will elaborate a little more. This is a short and sweet video because I have haircuts to do. So my kids are not letting me forget that I do hair, and that's on the agenda today. So all of you on Facebook, thanks you guys for joining me today. I'm going to try and get back on here in a few days. And all of you on YouTube, I hope this is a good recording. If it is not, I'll probably delete this video and upload the YouTube or the Facebook one, because the Facebook one's recording much better. So Hi, Doris. How are you? I just want to make sure I've said hello to everybody. Okay, Gail and Rihanna and Doris. All right. All right, you guys. So I am out of here. You guys have a good Tuesday. Wishing you a blessed full moon tomorrow. Jessica, thanks for tuning in. I hope this recording's okay. I'm kind of concerned here. I've been having internet trouble, and guess I found out that some sort of asteroid took out a whole bunch of. I'm with Starlink, so my internet comes from space. I guess some asteroid took out like 48 out of 50 of Elon Musk's satellites. So that's why my satellite system has not been very good lately. I'm hoping it improves and it gets better. I've made this complaint to Starlink as well. I'm like, what the hell am I paying you for? Anyway, let's hope it improves. Have a great day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.